Hey yo, welcome to Alaskan Sun even crappier video. Michael, my good buddy in Alaska, did a video on this, and for Brian Tahoe Brian, and I'm gonna do one too. I watched Michael's, but I couldn't. He was doing using Jing or something. I haven't figured out how to see it on my Mac because I only see like a quarter of a screen. And so anyway, I couldn't completely follow it. But anyway, here people complain about this crap all the time, and I don't get it. I mean, I don't know what the mystery is. But bottom line, I just cut a section through his house, and this is zero elevation, right? Zero, zero. That's zero elevation. That's where he wants a stem wall, I think. And then right here, he wants his garage slab to be 8 inches lower, I think. And then he wants an 8 foot plate, okay? And it looks like, in fact, he doesn't even have an 8 foot plate. I don't know what he's got. But anyway, so how do we get this going? That's the deal. First of all, we go over here to the plan and open up our floor defaults, and see what he's got for his floor defaults. What does he have? I don't know. Let's give him an 8 foot ceiling floor default. Okay. And then he's got what is this? What is this? Well, see. Oh man. Oh, geez, Louise. Oh no, maybe he's got this right. Finished ceiling is a 94 and a half. Ain't that interesting? Is that right? How do you get? This is crazy. Rough ceilings at 96, finished ceilings at 94 and a half. That's 1.5 inch difference. Where's the difference? Well, this makes sense. I get that. That's fine. And he's got a 1/2 inch ceiling. By the way, I changed this to zero point 0.5 because it's a lot easier to add half inches. And it's close enough for me. But anyway, here I'm going to show you something here, and this is so key. How do you know what elevation that line is at? And I've talked about this many times. How do you know what elevation that line is? You open it up, the line, and you come to the line. You lock the length and angle. Lock the length and angle right here. Lock the length and angle, and set that at 0. That is at 0. That is at absolute 0. You understand? You come over here and select this line. Where's that line? You open it up. Line. Lock the length and angle. Lock the length and angle right there. Lock length and angle. -8. That's where that line is right there. Okay. So that's where you really want your floor. And then right here, I bet this is at 8 foot. You open it up and lock length and angle. Look, lock length and angle. Oh yeah, 96 inches. That's right. Perfect. So that's where he wants everything. So I don't know what do you. And I do these things because I try to find these little. Remember, I talked about these little quirks, and I found a couple of them. But anyway, not a big deal. But here we go. Let's go ahead and set up our defaults. We're setting up our defaults floor, and the floor is at 0. The floor below is at -32. Okay, you want a slab, don't you? Okay, I think you want a slab. If you want a slab, you want the floor supplied by the foundation below, and you want a monolithic slab. And I've done this for whatever reason. I don't have a problem with this, but I think you're sort of coming from a different angle than I am. But anyway, here, this is how you check this. This is the default. I think you got a concrete slab. I think mono slab, or especially for this thing you do. So you want the floor supplied by the foundation below, and you want a monolithic slab. That's what I think. I still don't get that. I can't explain what you did there. Oh, I can't explain it. Oh, do I change this to 0.5? I put my finished floors at a 1/2 inch. That way, yeah, now it makes more sense to me. Yeah, you got a rough ceiling of 96 inches. You take a 1/2 inch off for the drywall, a 1/2 inch off for the finished floor. You got 95-inch high ceiling. Finish to finish. That's where that came from. So you can make it complicated if you want. I don't. So where was I? Perfect. I set up the defaults for this floor right there. Bump. I don't know what just happened, but now let's go down below. Let's go down below here. 1-1. Let me see if I can set up my defaults. And I'm just telling you, I don't have a problem with this. The floor is at 0. I don't know where you guys get this from. Look at this. This is the way this thing should be checked. I'm talking defaults. I'm talking defaults, okay? This room supplies the floor for the room above, and it's a monolithic slab. Floor is now set at 0. Watch this. Okay, let me see if yeah. And turn off the auto rebuild. Jeez, well, I do, but no one else does. But that's okay. So now we got big problems here, and why do we have big problems? Because if I go up here, and I'm trying to unwind whatever you did. Yeah, these aren't defaulted. Look at this. These are not defaulted. You got look. Don't screw around with your defaults. Just leave them. Leave your for the most part. Just leave them, okay, until you know what you're doing. Now watch what happens. Okay, you got your ceiling at 8 foot, you got your stem wall at 0, but you don't have your slab yet at 8 inches, do you? At minus 8 inches, do you? Why not? Because now you come to this room here. Now you start messing around with this floor right here. Watch this. Now you open this. This is a garage, right? You open it up. Look now. Look. This is the key to understand. Stem wall, top, and floor. Where do you want your stem wall? I think you want it at 0, don't you? I think you want it at 0, but for right now, let's put it at 0. But I know you want your floor minus 8 inches lower, minus 8 right there. Now watch what happens. Are you happy? Are you happy? I hope you're happy. Let's do an auto detail. There we go. Auto detail right there. Look. You got your slab at minus 8. Look, right there. There it is, right there. Your slab's at minus 8. Your top of stem wall's at 0, and then you got your ceiling wherever else, okay? Now, I'm gonna show you something here, and you're not using a monolithic slab because I'm not gonna explain it. You figure it out. But I'm gonna undo this. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna take I'm going to get rid of all the auto detailing. Okay, I don't like auto detailing. It just I don't usually. But look at this. Now watch this. Now I come back here. Now watch what I want to do. I want my slab. I want my stem wall to be 24 inches above 0. Okay. And look, just work off of 0, 0, 0. Work off of 0, 0 because your main house is at 0, 0, right? So if you want to raise your stem wall, let's raise your stem wall. Open up the room dialog box. Look at this. Look at this right here. I want the stem wall at the top to be at 24, okay? Now I'm going to tell you the stem wall is going to be 24 inches above 0, 0, and you know where 0, 0 is. And now I want my floor to be how about minus 24? Watch how easy this is. You want me to detail it for you? I'll auto detail it for you right now. Boop. Hang on, where is right there? Auto detail, right? Now what did I do? I think I made the stem wall. Well, I don't know what I did actually. I don't know. I thought what I did is I thought I made the stem wall top should be at 24 and the floor below should be at minus 24 plus 24 from 0 and minus 24. So we know this is 0, right? So 08, we're going to copy this up 24 inches, tab 20. I hate it when I'm always wrong. Watch this. 08, that's a 0, 0, and tab minus 24. So that is right. You understand what I did. I put the slab at minus 24, and that's where it is. And so, well, I got a window there, you nitwit. Jeez Louise, man. I ain't the smartest guy in the world, I'm telling you, man. Where's my, oh, jeez Louise. Did you turn off the cameras? Of course you did. You turn off the cameras. Why do you turn off the cameras? I don't know. There's a section cut right there. I went through a window. That's what the mess up was. Watch this. And now I bet everything is. Where's my other section? What section am I looking at? That's the section I'm looking at, buddy. Is it? Hang on. Oh well, this is at minus. Yeah, this is at. Look, this on the other side is at minus 24. I'm just telling you, it is. So I did it correctly, didn't I? So do you see how easy that is? Look, just set up your defaults and then go by room basis. And I don't know how you ended up with whatever you ended up with. I don't know. Oh well. Here you go. You want to start dropping this down again? I'll show you what you do. I got to end this pretty quick because I'm running out of time. There's my section right there, F6, and I'm not sure. Yeah, this is done. No, I don't want to wish this. Now watch what happens. Now watch what happens. WA. This is at 8 foot. We know that. That's at 8 foot. This is at I think this is at 24. Somewhere in here, that's at 0. hang on, WA, zeros. How do you do that? How do I make sure that's a 0? Open it up. You open it up, lock the length and angle right there, and put this at 0. Okay, there's 0 right there. Now the question is, what do you want your ceiling at? You want your ceiling at 10 foot above? Work off of 0.0. You want your ceiling at 10? I'm going to change the ceiling to right there, 10 foot. 10 foot. Watch what happens. Boop. There it is right there. Look, you see how it went up 2 foot? Oh, wait. It went up 2 foot. Go up to tab on up 24. There it is. It's right at 24. Okay, you want me to drop the floor down? That's at 0. Oh, wait. I'm going to drop the floor down. Tab minus 8 foot. I'm going to drop the floor down 8 foot. 8 foot. Watch this. Watch this. And drop the floor down to minus 8 foot. Minus 8 foot. Here we go. Minus. I think this is going to do it. There you go. Minus 8 foot, isn't it? Isn't that what I just said? There's your minus 8 foot, and there's your 10 foot. Set up your defaults, and then by room to room, you can change it. I don't know what the mystery is. Anyway, that's the end. Democrat debates are on tonight. Could be interesting. Could be interesting. That's the end. And my good buddy Michael, the Alaskan Sun. I'm gonna watch your video once I figure out how to set my screen right. Thanks for that, Michael. That's the end.